Ignition sequence starts. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Liftoff. We have a liftoff.
Hey everybody, this is the Digital Asset Investor, and I just got back from California. I have been in California for the last 5 days, and I was going to show you briefly what we did, myself and a couple of my friends. We decided we were going to have a road trip. So we flew into Los Angeles, and we immediately hit the road, and we road tripped all the way up to Monterey, spent the night there, and then we road tripped from there up to San Francisco, spent the night there, and then all of this we wanted to go up the coast. So we went from San Francisco, all the way up to Eureka, California, and spent the night there. And then we went from there to all the way up to long haul too. And boy, were there some mountains. Astoria. And for those of you that don't know, Astoria is where they filmed The Goonies, the movie, one of the movies that I grew up on. And then after Astoria, we spent the night there, and then we went to Seattle. And so I woke up actually this morning in Seattle, hopped on a plane at 6 a.m. Seattle time, and now I am home. And so it was quite the adventure. I'm scared of heights, so there were many areas along here where I was terrified. But I had one of my friends did the driving, and so I didn't have to. I don't know if I could. Okay, XRP Crypto Wolf. Bank of England Governor Andrew Bailey claims cross-border payments are too expensive. Go figure. Bailey particularly mentioned cross-border remittances as a very clear problem. Cross-border payments being the obvious one where the cost of making payments is too high. And then we have this from XRP Vet, diamonds to the Quamfi sky. Not sure what that means. Sent me this. This is from Michelle Bond, who used to she used to be in charge of regulations at Ripple out of the Washington, D.C. office. She's retweeting this where she had a conference with Hester Pierce, who is one of the people at the SEC. Thank you so much, Crypto Mom, Hester Pierce. We appreciate you talking with us about such important topics facing the industry and investors. We look forward to continued collaboration with you and the SEC. My question would be, Michelle, how did it go in talking to her about Ripple and XRP? We haven't heard a peep out of Michelle Bond about that. Hey, Seiko Carmona sent me this from XRP Crypto Wolf. Ripple-backed Coil is joining Google Chrome developers, Microsoft Edge developers, W3C developers, and Samsung Internet developers, Igalia and Mozilla, to ensure developers have high quality and up-to-date documentation to build incredible things for the web. Now, we had Brad Garlinghouse weigh in on how the year, the year ended. He says 2020 was a banner year for Ripple, despite a disappointing ending related to U.S. regulation understatement. We processed millions of RippleNet transactions, grew ODL 12 times year over year, and signed 15 new customers after the SEC complaint. I think that's a big deal to pay attention to that. Then he says RippleX contributed to XRP version upgrades, created a tool with Energy Web so anyone can help decarbonize the blockchain for of their choice. Crypto can be sustainable, and is helping to build new use cases for XRP with other industry participants. I'm looking out the window because my son is probably on a bike it's one of those bicycle gangs, and he's out there right in the thick of it. My 8-year-old can always be counted on to be right where the trouble's happening. Okay, back to Brad Garlinghouse. Anyway, it says, and is helping build new use cases for XRP with other industry participants. We added 100 plus new faces to the Ripple team, including several leadership members. We have an incredible, resilient team in place to tackle 2021 and beyond. No matter what, we'll stay true to our mission of building an internet of value. And then Ashish Burla had retweeted his tweet and says, all things considered, Ripple had a pretty incredible year in 2020. In my 7+ years at Ripple, I remain insanely proud of what this team has achieved, and I'm bullish on where we're going. Diving deeper specifically on RippleNet, we processed 3 million transactions on RN in 2020, and ODL is rapidly growing. ODL transactions accounted for $2.4 billion in notional value. We planted the RN flag in 18 new countries and signed 15 deals after the SEC complaint was made public. APAC is still our busiest region with customer demand and transaction growth in India. We're working with 3 to 5 of the biggest banks, and the MENA India corridor, one of the biggest in the world for remittances, is rapidly growing, building, could be our largest soon. Every customer and partner joins RN with the same base service and crypto wallet. RN is designed to seamlessly upgrade and add new services when ready. We're evolving from strictly payments into a platform with tokenized services. We purposely built RippleNet to get FIs comfortable with using a blockchain-based network for fiat transactions, and when they're ready, flip the switch for ODL, line of credit, and soon to come new product. You know, there's a lot of people that when you say flip the switch, they say that's just dirty words. You're not allowed to say that. As RN evolves, so do the types of transactions we process. We started with remittances because they have the highest friction. These still make up a majority of RN transactions, but we're continuing to expand further into B2B and e-commerce payments in 2021. The world is becoming more digital and consumers expect convenience, low-cost, secure, and scalable services from their financial providers. Whether traditional FI or nimble fintech, our customers are delivering the next gen of financial solutions through RippleNet. RN is enabling FIs to deliver solutions that we were previously offered only by multinational banks without the cost and overhead of legacy systems. Really, really good couple of threads from those guys. It's nice to hear directly from them. Now, the Davos agenda. The Davos agenda is getting cranked up, and we're starting to see some different people, and on their agenda, they're talking specifically about digital currencies. Let me go back and I'll show you what this was called. Davos, they did resetting digital currencies. And one of the guys there was none other than Glenn Hutchins. Glenn Hutchins, for those of you that don't remember, he was at the New York Federal Reserve. He recently quit, is my understanding. But he is one of the guys on the board at Digital Currency Group, one of the first investors in Ripple. This guy is connected all the way to the top. Listen to what he says.
2020 and going forward. Is it 100 years, 200 years? What will that lifespan look like? Glenn, do you want to comment?
Yeah, let me take up where you, rather than repeat what Andrew said, which I thought was spot on, take up where you alluded to digital currencies and other digital currencies. Take a step back for a moment. The currency is one of 3 elements that are the fundamental innovation here. The other 2 are the blockchain and the protocol, in this case, the Bitcoin protocol. They work together in a way that makes them inseparable. If you analogize it to a railroad, the token or coin is the boxcar, the blockchain is the cargo manifest, and the protocol are the rails. And so that's kind of how to think about it. To talk about coins just by themselves without talking about protocols or the accounting ledgers kind of really only understands part of the problem. It's like talking about a battery, but not the whole internal combustion engine. That's point 1. Point 2 is as we develop what's going to be driven here, all of this can be driven by use cases that consumers find useful. And then that will allow the adoption of those technologies and adoption of those coins that are associated with the technologies. So the first, for instance, I should disclose that I'm an investor in Elizabeth's company, have been there for happy investor for years. And so she's found a use case. And the original use cases for the tokens were, in fact, payments. People talk about payments. But then when Ethereum was created, a different kind of token, a different solution, that became, the use case there became smart contracts. opened up a whole new way of using this digital currency technology, and a whole new set of products can be created around that. And we're now evolving into each particular company or each particular network that's created with a set of use cases has its own token. So we're at a place now where there are going to be a proliferation of tokens run on networks based upon certain protocols. And so there will be multiple tokens that'll be used. And my guess is, and those will be driven by the use cases that we present to consumers to use those tokens. And then they'll come back, in my view, into things like protocol, into things like Bitcoin and stable coins for purposes of being a store of value.
Is that like the EU or the euro?
Sorry?
Is that like Europe before the euro with all of our national currencies with a lot of similarities and fungibility?
Sort of, but it's also like, imagine, it's more like, another way of looking at it is more like if you're a artist and you own the rights to a song or to a movie, each time that movie is created or each time the movie is shown, you get paid a little bit and it becomes more valuable the more people watch the movie. Tokens will grow in value as the network that they're attached to has more use cases. And then those tokens will themselves be more valuable. And since they're multiplicative around the networks, they'll need something to come back into: stable coins, Bitcoin, and fiat currency.
So we're already setting the scene here with...
I'm a digital asset investor. I'm not an investment advisor. This is for entertainment purposes only. Please subscribe, hit the like button, and tell your friends and family that my chair still squeaks. Thank you for listening.